The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I'm your host of the Productive Conversations podcast. It is the end of the week. We are about to cap it off and talk about what's trending on a brand new tweet cap. Ryan and Caro with me. What's up, you two?
How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
I'm doing very well myself. And let us kick it off with a hit song that went viral at the beginning of the week. Here we go. Now, you tell me what you think about it. This is Snow Day. Okay. Juan Guan Delilah featuring Drake. And we'll see how this is relevant.
Walk on Delilah, what's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, tonight you look so bad, oh yes you do. Don't ask square, don't shine as bright as you. Top left, top left. Walk on Delilah, you live for it's such a mission. I could finesse my way on the transit, but nowadays these guys are dissing. Are you dumb? I scan my Presto with no fringe. Kick me off, you get branch. Oh, don't you be acting mean. No, there's a 40 in my jeans.
Oh, I get that one.
And oh, your shorty wants to reach. So these are my Camry jeans. Walk on Delilah, no I'm late cause there's better traffic. I just showed my dog your Grammy, said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so cheesed. Your mademoiselle nights are geeked. I'm bent low-key. Walk on Delilah, double date me if you like me. Brought my chronom for your bestie. Sorry, he's wearing a shiesty, he's not beat. It's just too smoky in these streets. You're looking sweet. Oh, don't you be acting mean. No, there's a 40 in my jeans. And oh, your shorty wants to reach. So these are my Camry jeans.
All right, you get the gist. This was a song called, again, Juan Guan Delilah that was released on SoundCloud on Monday with the parody and comedic rapper Snow Day. And the thing here is Drake has a verse that many people are questioning whether it's real or not. And you could tell this is a remix from the 2006 hit, Hey There Delilah by the Plain White T's. And this also with Drake news after he removed his 4 diss tracks to Kendrick Lamar. This is what he releases after. I don't know. I'm speechless. You two tell me how you feel about this one.
This sounds more like AI than the Drake gay AI Kendrick disses. Have you guys heard those?
No, I've heard the Tupac AI on the Drake diss track, but
you should they're hilarious. They're super funny. There's one specifically where I don't think I can say anything past the first line. The first line is just what is it? Kendrick opened his mouth opens his mouth, and then from then on it's lots of very very creative gay innuendos.
but I've not heard that. We'll have to look at that. But I can say I've looked at this, and apparently it's confirmed not AI.
Oh yeah, no. It just sounds more like AI than some of the AI.
It does. I guess it doesn't mean it's Drake. Maybe someone can do a really good Drake. I don't know. Has Drake? Oh no,
Nah,
Drake
it is
tweeted it
him.
though. Yeah, Drake like tweeted about
Yeah, this is
so
all
it's,
Drake.
It's all Drake. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
maybe
going insane.
he's doing a humiliation ritual.
I think so too. I think this is a way to like. So like sometimes if you lose, right? Instead of just owning that you lost or trying to act like a lot of people will make the mistake of trying to act tough after a big loss to gain any credibility. But sometimes if you just kind of own it and roll down and make fun of yourself a little bit, everyone forgets that you lost big. I wonder if that's you're right, Cara. If that's what this is. Just I mean, also so I'm assuming the slang, some of the slang I recognize, but a lot of it I didn't. It seems like it's Canadian.
Yeah, a lot of it's like specifically Toronto slang.
Yeah, yeah, and I know they're in Toronto, and I believe Drake is from Toronto. So,
Yeah.
um, which is a weird thing to release to an American audience because I mean, context clues, I could figure out what was going on, for most of it, but a lot of it, I was like, what is he talking about? So I don't know. I think this is on purpose to try and like get people not talking about Kendrick. This is a way to steal the power from They Not Like Us because he can't make a better song, so he made a significantly worse song to try and
He
change the
he
narrative.
should have put out one of the raps that was like the AI gay diss tracks because they were genuinely really funny. And if he had personally released one of those, I feel like a lot of people would say he won just because it was so
He
funny.
already lost.
No, if he personally
I don't
released
think
one of
so.
those, nah,
No,
because
Not Like Us is the
Drake is done.
at least in the States, Not Like Us is the best, is the top song in the
That's the
States
song of the
still.
summer.
no,
Yeah, it's the song in the summer
I'm talking
already.
about culturally. Like on TikTok,
Uh
everyone says Kendrick won, but if if it was an AI and if he actually released one of the like gay diss tracks that had been circulating, like if it was real, I unironically think a lot of people would have said he
I don't
won
know.
just because it was so funny.
I'm
Maybe out in
sorry, dog.
Toronto.
There's nothing Drake
No,
can
Yeah.
not
do
this is
anymore to get to
American
be liked.
TikTok. There
I
is
know,
no
I
Drake
get
Canada
that, but
TikTok.
Drake
we're
needs to be an actor again.
yeah, you need
He
to be in
can't.
the next Degrassi season.
It's like when
Americans
it's like
are
when you're in a debate with somebody and they make a good point and then you just like fart really loud and everyone goes, "That guy
well, I
won."
do
That
think this is that. I do. I mean, not for winning. He can't win. But
No, I'm talking about if one of the AI tracks
yeah.
was real,
I
then it
think
would be like
though.
he just farted super loud in a
I
debate.
think though that this is a way to distract from that,
Oh yeah.
um, for sure. And also, I mean, the song is a joke, right? Like this is not
Yeah.
serious.
No, there's no there you actually kind of missed the best line. I think it's at like it's like 2 minutes 40 seconds in where they just list off like a bunch of banks.
Okay.
There's no rhythm to it at all. They just list off like five or
Right.
six Canadian banks super fast.
Yeah, so this is clearly not like serious.
No.
Now people again, a lot of people on Twitter, like rap side of Twitter, want to dislike Drake right now, and this will give them a chance to do so with free and clear of any judgment. But yeah, this is clearly a joke song. This was clearly not meant to be serious. He does have actual music coming out this summer, he says. That is not this. So this I think was just like a nice palate cleanser before releasing his next dance song, whatever that ends up being. Which I'm sure will get plenty of, airtime.
Mm.
But yeah, this was a joke. Because it's a joke, because it wasn't serious. I know you said he's lost it. I don't think he's lost it. I think this is a fun little joke. I guess I don't
I
know who
don't.
Snow Day is, but
I know what you're saying too, and I agree, but it's just like I think Drake just needs to go corny now. There's no way he can be taken seriously.
he's always
He needs to
corny. I
be,
mean,
He
but
needs
like
to
I
lean
think he
into it,
thinks it's cool.
otherwise
I think yeah, it's over. You're not gonna be taken seriously again. You might as well be
a
a
meme.
goofy. Yeah,
He's a
yeah, I mean,
meme
like
and
I saw
like
him take it. I not, we did WNBA talk. He was at a WNBA with a bunch of coaches. Like this is how I'll be beloved.
I don't know, man.
This is
We've had this conversation during the actual beef. I think by the end of the summer, we will see, like, streaming wise, that his career is far from over.
Oh, I agree with that, but it's
Yeah,
just like to be taken seriously again.
yeah. He's never. I mean,
It's like
he did again. He did lose. Kendrick is the greatest doing it right now. That's not a question. So yes, in that respect, where there was a conversation to be had, there's no longer a conversation to be had. So I agree with that. But I think that whatever he'll release some, he'll release some soft song about. Well, I mean, sidestep this way, sidestep that way. You're mine. You know what I mean?
how
Like,
I would explain it. This might be a hard way. This might be easier in my head to explain, but it's like this. Like with baseball in the
mhm.
peak in the 90s and 2000s, where there were players doing getting Hall of Fame numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they caught on the juice. You're technically, numbers wise, part of the greatest, but you'll never be looked at as one of the greatest because you took PEDs.
The
And
asterisk.
translating that into Drake, you do have the numbers to show that you're the most successful rapper, but after losing with this,
everyone knows you're kind of a scrub.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Same with the PED baseball players. Unfortunately, you are a scrub in the sense that you cheated to get your way, even if you did. And there are some players you didn't even need to do that. That's how I see it with Drake.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he definitely is going to be seen as a scrub by rap fans because he lost. I agree with that. So
doing little songs like this, be it a parody of himself, only helps embrace that a little more.
I think so too. I think it's fun. I thought it was real at first, and then I was like, what's happening? But then when I realized it was a feature on a comedian's kind of song, I was like, oh, okay, that's way better than what I thought it was. I thought it was Drake released an entire cover of Hey There Delilah. Sorry, Wagwan Delilah, not Hey There Delilah. But
you want to know, speaking of celebrities who could or could not save their image, but I have one who might be saving his image due to releasing a movie he's in, Will Smith. You remember Will Smith?
I do.
Right?
I defended Will Smith.
Oh, that's Willow Smith's dad. Yeah, I know that guy.
Is that how you really see him?
I mean,
maybe we are getting old, but
we are old, Matt. That's what it is.
So releasing this Friday is Bad Boys 4. Yeah, no, wait, 4? Yeah, Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys Ride or Die, which is something nobody asked for, but clearly Will Smith and Martin Lawrence needed a check at the release of this movie, and Will Smith is going on tour. He's going on a press tour. People are acting like nothing happened. And I've been looking at this, and we're going to see right now, if you type in Will Smith, right, on Twitter, this is a great time to ask, what were you thinking? And I haven't seen it really addressed. We have him here on this podcast. We have him. This is actually pretty cool.
That was really cool, seeing him do that scene.
Yeah, him being his own director, cinematographer right here. This is pretty cool. I love it.
And I'm about to say, they show what it looks like, which is cool.
All right, so we got this. We got him on Hot Ones.
Hot Ones? I saw this.
We got him full said. I mean, is Will Smith making his comeback again? He'll be banned from the Oscars, but do we think we like Will Smith again? All he had to do was go back to one of his old franchises. What do we see about Will Smith? Is Will Smith back? Is Will Smith back?
He didn't leave. I said this when we all said he left. I told you, told Jose, told everybody, he's Will Smith. He will always be Will Smith. That will never go away. And that's what we're seeing. All he had to do was make a new movie and Will Smith. Now, here's something I think is going to happen, Matt. Will Smith is going to become more of people's favorite actor now. You want to know why? Because he can't make an Oscar movie? No, I'm serious. I'm not. He could. He just won't get
recognized for it. If
that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah. Well, no one makes an Oscar movie if they're not going to get recognized for it. So he's just going to make these action movies now. That's 100% what's going to happen. He's going to make these comedies and these action movies. He's going to make movies that people want to see, like regular people want to see. And I think people are going to like him more now because he's not out chasing, a dramatic Oscar character to play to try and win an award, because he can't. I think this is going to end up making his career more successful from a certain angle than it would have been otherwise, because I think otherwise he would have been chasing more and more dramatic roles to try and prove that he's more than the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is weird because he's proven that like 17 times over. But I feel like he still had that kind of like mentality. And now that he can't, we get Bad Boys 4. And Bad Boys 1, by the way, genuinely really good movie. Like, really. I think, anyway. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but
I'm not a big action movie fan. I haven't actually seen that many,
I've just never seen Bad Boys. I've never seen anything on the franchise. But...
I highly recommend the first one. The second and third or whatever. So fine.
This fourth one gets a 69 on Rotten Tomatoes. And with a consensus that reads, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence remain in good company even when Bad Boy strains up the ante, proving there's still life left for this high-octane franchise. That's a great review. Good review. Good, not good, not great. So we're just going to move on. Will Smith, it was okay that you slapped somebody.
Yep.
I mean, considering other things that some celebrities have done, I don't think it's that big of a deal for how big of a household name he is, you know? Like, I don't think it's enough to make him go away. He would have to do something truly despicable.
You got to look at the scale, Matt, of like level of fame versus like faux pas / crime committed. Like, there's people who commit less serious things but aren't as famous, and they're done. And then there's famous people, but they've done like actual crimes, and so they're done. Like, this is like, I mean, I guess hitting someone's technically a crime, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
but it wasn't
this
like...
is that sweet spot where he's famous enough, and it was, you know, it was reckless and it was wrong, but it wasn't so bad and so out of the realm of like, you know, civil society that he's completely taken a back seat. Like, so I think that the diagram would show, if you drew it out, right, would show that Will Smith is in that perfect vector of famous enough that this particular thing doesn't matter that much. Whereas you see other celebrities like, I don't know, like Armie Hammer, who's not as famous and said he eats people. Right. And so like that guy's gone. So Will Smith has got the right level on both counts, the right level of crime / misbehavior, the right level of celebrity to it's perfect perfect right angles on that on the chart if you're looking at it in your mind's eye, people. Yes, he's back.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Now, is suspended license plate guy back? Because there's now more of a continuation on this. Ryan, can you explain why suspended license guy is not going away?
Well, it was brought up to us after our segment by some of you all, which great, please keep doing that. That we were wrong. The suspended license guy was driving without a license. So I looked into it, you know, the ever-present researcher and supportive co-host, and yes, it turns out the judge made a statement clarifying that while there was a clerical error, the issue was that he actually never had a driver's license. So the way it looks like it happened is he got caught driving once without a driver's license, received a mark on his driving record, which is something I looked into, can happen in Michigan. So in Michigan, which, by the way, this is like stupid, but in Michigan, you could get like a suspended license without having a license, which is insane. You can get a mark on your record without even having a driving license, but whatever. You can do it, and that's what happened. And so there was actually, turns out, a warrant for his arrest for that. That's been going on for like 9 years. So this guy called in and then tried to go online and get the people online to support him, saying that there was an error and that he shouldn't have been called out because his license wasn't suspended anymore. And it turns out that it wasn't suspended because he never had one, and he has a warrant for his arrest for the last 9 years because he's been driving without a license. So we were wrong. This guy has absolutely no case against his city. The state of Michigan has some silly rules. How you can give someone a driver's freaking how can you suspend someone's license without having a driver's license is insane to me. I don't know why the state allows that, but they do, and that's exactly what happened. So this guy's in like a ton of trouble, Matt. And yeah, he has no case. So to answer our own question, no, he should not sue the state of Michigan because he will lose, and also he'll be in jail when he tries to do it.
I mean, wow, what a turd. What a week this guy's had, and a week for all of us trying to support, and ultimately there's nothing else to show for it, huh?
This is what happens. We all want to be, I mean, I get it. I get the impulse. We all want to be against the man, right? We all want to side with the little guy, but sometimes the little guy's wrong. And we have to hold that in our head that sometimes the little guy is wrong. Although I will say, like, do you either of you agree with me that it is crazy that you can have a suspended license while not having a license in the state of Michigan? Like, how does that work? You can have a mark on your record without having a driver's license.
I just want to visit Michigan, not live there.
Because of their driver's license policies?
Seems like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I found that to be incredibly strange. I can see why people were confused, but I feel like this guy had to have, although I guess not. He called into court. Like, why would he even go to court? He would have been arrested if he had shown up. It's probably why he didn't show up, actually.
I don't know, but we have a meme face for life out of it.
We do have the meme face. The only face you need for shock is gonna replace that Pikachu meme, the shocked face Pikachu. For people who are expressing their bewilderment, but yeah.
Oh man.
So wanted to give that correction. That yes, comment section. He did commit. So he made a mistake, not the judge, not the court, not the state. And we were wrong for jumping to his defense a little too fast. We should have paid a little bit more attention before we called him a hero. But that's that.
Glad we figured it out for all of you. So what's also going on here is Shannon Sharpe going viral for a lot of his podcasts, as you know, this year. And he's done it again. This time with the singer Ray J, known for having a successful career in the 2000s, but also infamously known for starting Kim Kardashian's career by starring in a sex tape together. And I have the quote when asked about said sex tape, and let us check this out. Let us see Shannon Sharpe asking Ray J about his experience shooting the film. I don't know what it's called. I was going to say One Night in Paris, but that's another one.
That's Paris Hilton, yeah.
But why don't we talk about Ray J?
Keeping up with the Kardashians, that's what we'll call
it. But here's Ray J talking about shooting his sex tape and what he remembers with his time with Kim Kardashian. All right. I got right here.
Where were you when you found out? Did your homies tell you? Did your mom call you like, Ray J, you need to get home? You need to. Where were you the moment that you found out that Ray J is on tape having sex?
So long ago, all I remember is how it smells. I'm just playing. I can't.
Oh God. He's running away.
Does he have a little furry tail keychain?
He does have a tail.
Yes. I didn't mean that either.
Boy, what a quote.
Right? It's like, it's really good. Yep.
So by it, I am sure you could figure out what he's alluding to, and it rhymes with Lucy. All right, but also on top of this, he was also asked about the overall impact of said sex tape with Kim Kardashian. And here's Ray J's reaction to that.
Family, or that family, is that family life?
You know, I think more of the question is how different.
Let me start from here.
How different is that family, or that family, is that family life?
You know, I think more of the question is how different would we all be? How different would this whole fucking thing be? How different would the industry be? How different would the wheel roll? Everything would be different. We would all be different. All of us. Everybody in here would be different. We would have on different clothes.
What you mean?
Everything would be different, meaning like you would never ask me that question. Meaning if we sat here right now and we got to this point, what, like, I don't know, probably more people would be going to college and, you know what I'm saying, getting an education to be successful. There might not be any OnlyFans and other things like that, other opportunities like that. So, I mean, are we a part of the cure? Are we a part of the disease? I don't fucking know. All I know is I'm just trying to make it right.
Were you ever embarrassed when the tape came out?
Long pause. Still pausing.
Yeah. I have kids now, so when I have kids,
And
everything that we did now when I have kids is just totally different. The whole thing is wacky. Before I was just like, but with my kids, it's not okay. And so I can't, without me going too far into it, without me getting in trouble. Yeah, I mean, nah, it's not okay now. But I'm 43 with a kid that's 4 and a kid that's 6. My daughter's 6, my son's 4. And even though you're young, and even in that young kid world, they'll all probably think it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Until you have kids.
Right.
All right. So Ray J reflecting on his sex tape with Kim Kardashian. And yeah, a lot to take in. What are your reactions to that?
I absolutely love that Ray J places his tape as one of the single most important moments in human history. That's not like sugarcoat it. Ray J just said in front of a camera into a microphone that his tape with Kim Kardashian is in a large way responsible for the entirety of modern American culture, down to the clothes that the people in the studio are wearing. I absolutely love that. I mean, listen, I don't know that anyone in today's society has ever thought that deeply about their role and their place in cultural history as apparently Ray J has. And you know what? That might be because of Ray J and Kim Kardashian. Who knows? But I love the idea that he sits up at night, puts his kids to bed, and he's just thinking like, everything could have been different.
I really don't think he's that far off, man. I really don't think so.
You believe that Ray J and Kim K are a seminal moment in human history?
Well, because he kind of blew her up with that sex tape, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
she became the more like cultural icon,
Yes.
At least for like female fashion and whatever the hell. Like everyone wanted the Kim Kardashian body and lips and whatever the hell. Yeah, I don't, maybe to a certain extent. I'm mostly I'm surprised he had the little furry tail.
The tail, yeah, that tail.
I wonder if he's got a fursona.
That would be
quite literally the most. That up if you
that'd be the most shocking thing I'd ever heard. If Ray J had developed a fursona, actually, that doesn't feel
now fursona.
Yeah, when you're a furry, that's always been called.
Yeah, if you have like your my fursona is a 9-tailed skunk with 9 holes that I'll spray.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was called being a furry, but I respect it.
I think if Ray J has one, it's probably just like Blue Fox or something. But
yeah. But back to this though.
Yes, back to what we're talking about.
If you think about, or you bring your point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Kara is right though, and I think you're right too, Matt. As much as I was joking about it, because it is ridiculous to think about. Yeah, without Kim, there's a lot that has happened. Like a lot of people wanted to be like Kim Kardashian. A lot of celebrities wanted to get close to Kim Kardashian. Like the Kardashian name,
Ed Jenner, that
has absolutely become one that's. I mean, it replaced like Hilton. Like she replaced Paris Hilton, who had this kind of role before her, I would say, and then totally eclipsed anyone, Paris Hilton or otherwise, who had this sort of fame before her. She's like, and also like not for nothing, but like real quick, we've talked about Kim Kardashian. She was on actually recently. That was the other day, the Actor on Actors episode.
By the way, I listened to that.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. I wasted 43 minutes of my time.
Well,
Chloe Savni, she was trying her best to hold it together.
Yeah, we won't cover that because, as we pointed out, she's not an actress. But realistically, what is she? Like either of you, what is her job? What is her
an influencer?
Exactly, she's the first influencer. 100%. There isn't anyone who can make that untrue, whether they want to or not. They want to claim it.
But wouldn't Paris Hilton have been an influencer?
No, because she wasn't. I mean, she was like a proto influencer, but she didn't have social media.
Yeah.
So like I'm talking like the modern day influencer who's like famous online, right? And that's where their power base came from. That was Kim Kardashian. I think that she is like that there's people who did it before her in like slightly different ways because society was different. But like the actual model, the OG influencer is Kim Kardashian. And how many people now like to Ray J's point, he used OnlyFans as an example, but even beyond OnlyFans, how many people are influencers professionally? Like they have lifestyle brands or they have, fitness brands or, you know what I mean? There's so
I
many
agree
people.
with that, and she definitely indirectly influenced that. I just want to know who somebody who says Kim Kardashian is an influence, is an inspiration. The answer is likely nobody, but her actions of trying to be famous is more replicated.
No one's like, I want to be Kim Kardashian. I don't think. I'm saying that the existence of this entire, like that entire industry exists in no small part because of Kim Kardashian, and Kim Kardashian was able to do that, I guess, in no small part because of Ray J. So, like, he's actually kind of right. I'm like almost convinced myself now that he's 100% right, and he's one of the most important people in American
like
history.
I wonder if like the popular body standards for women right now would be completely different because like the BBLs, all that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of it originally stemmed from when Kim K got big, yeah. But now they've had like their BBLs like reduced and stuff like that.
You're right. Wow. We got to put Ray J up there, Matt. It's one of the most important Americans to ever live. If he's American, if he's not, then whatever he is, Canadian. I don't know.
You do you, Ray J. Good for you. Good for you and what you caused. But we could also say F you for what you caused too.
I mean, it's not good or bad. Life is what you take from it. It is, though, very interesting how much happened because of Kim Kardashian and how Kim Kardashian happened because of Ray J. Well, and herself. She was in the video, too. We're giving him a lot of credit. But it takes two to tango. It takes two to make a video. So.
Oh, boy. But why don't we move on to the next thing? And that is going to be this clip that's going viral. I've actually seen these type of videos before. But it's just so ridiculous. I don't get it. This is allegedly what they call an energy awakening class. So here we go. This is an energy awakening
already
class.
Laughing. I've not seen this.
I love this stuff.
What is this? Here we go. We have a guy hitting this woman's stomach, and she is literally acting as if she's having an orgasm. Whole face is going. Really thrusted those hips and just. Oh my goodness. This is like dry humping on a special level, the way they're going. I don't get it. I've actually seen these videos before too.
Are they all like that?
I could look up some others, but
I put like on the same level as this is like urine therapy and also the people who, what's it called when you're like in a church and you start like convulsing and screaming.
Yeah, that's what I was more going for.
Oh, like when you're speaking in tongues and stuff and you've been like overcome by the whatever.
Yeah, there was a video that went around of a child who was screaming in his front yard crying, and his mom was recording him, and people in the comments were like, this is beautiful. And I'm like,
what's wrong with you people?
So they don't, my point is they don't all sound like in that.
No.
Okay.
I feel like the most common one is like religious psychosis related stuff.
Right. Well, okay. Well, screaming is different. She wasn't screaming. I mean, she was loud.
But what was this thing? Oh, with the O faces and the
She seemed like she was having a pleasurable experience.
Yeah.
And so that's different than screaming. I understand the speaking in tongues. I mean, I understand it in that I know what it is and fine. But this is to release energy?
That's what they say, and I'm just no.
Why don't you just go do like a jog?
I bet you could tie these people to urine therapy with a straight line really fast.
Therapy?
What is that? I mean, just because I'm curious.
People who literally think that pee is like this biblical like fluid of life. They put it in their eyes, they drink it, they age it, they rub it on themselves.
What the fuck? Okay. Please don't tell me you support this.
I mean, I've never heard of it, so no, I don't support it.
I don't support it.
Love watching it? Okay.
I love anything that's genuinely degenerate. I think it's hilarious.
Well, that would definitely fit the bill, Cara. I'll give you that. But back to the energy thing. That man who was with her, and I'm sorry, I'm not seeing this, so I'm asking a ton of questions. Is he a coach or like a husband or what?
I don't know. He just was something I found that was popping up on the timeline.
Okay. So, yeah, so are people like paying to get their energy released?
Oh, probably.
Do they have some type of device in their what parts to have those type of reactions?
I don't think so. That didn't
Because
seem
like
to be the
that's
vibe.
something like I don't get how you could react this way solely from someone playing figure drums on their stomach.
Well, yeah,
That's what I don't
yeah.
get. Unless you're specifically over exaggerating.
You're over exaggerating, and you probably have something mental going on.
Right, you're
Yeah,
susceptible
right?
to believe it will work, and so when it
Yeah.
starts, you basically make it work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you pay people who are paying for this, like go for a walk. You'll get rid of energy without paying, and you won't be screaming like
I
while
mean,
you
have
do
you
it.
heard of the guys that have paid thousands of dollars to like go into parking lots and just get screamed at by guys to like make themselves more masculine?
Oh
No,
my
You
god.
I've
already,
not
oh
heard of that.
yeah, there's
The hell's wrong with you
people give
people?
classes on like masculinity or something where they'll bring you into a
It's not
parking
a
lot
class.
and they'll just beat on you, they'll scream in your face, make you like pull weights and just call you a little bitch and yell at you and say you're not a real man. And people pay for it.
Sad.
But why do they think that makes you a man?
Very
I guess
sad.
that's that part I don't get about that one.
Because
Just and to connect it to this story, I mean, I guess screaming your head off is releasing energy, but like, why is that specifically the way you need to release energy? I just don't understand why we believe there is a right way to become a man. And I mean, we've had deep, me, Matt, and previous hosts have had deep conversations about that. So I won't go into that too far, otherwise it'll take over the entire podcast. But I hate the manosphere and everyone who's in it.
yeah, it's because like a buff guy comes on camera and says, you want to be a man like me? I'll show you how to be a man like me. Just give me money and I promise you'll be a man. And people who are mentally weak just go, yeah, okay, take my
Yep.
wallet.
This is
Right, but it's you can see the same logic though in this screaming that there's a
Oh
right
yeah.
way to release energy. Like, no, there's not. There's like, spoiler alert, folks. There's never a right way to do anything. Like, there's just the way you do it. If it's not illegal and it's not hurting anybody, then congratulations, it's the right way. So I don't understand why we feel like we always feel we need to pay people to like achieve certain things, and I don't know if that's a new thing or if that's always been the case, but it's really annoying, the idea that we have to pay people or that people are being convinced that they need to pay money to like release their pent up energy. Just go
To do
do
like
it.
normal human things that you can do without somebody there.
Right, just
There,
go
there
do
was
it.
there was a I don't remember the specifics, but there was like a class on releasing like pent up frustrations and anger through screaming, and they had a screaming coach. Just scream. You can scream for free
Yeah.
anytime you want to scream.
I mean, I'm a big fan. Like, I'm pro therapy. So the idea of trying to get through frustrations with a coach or a therapist is fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not that they shouldn't be teaching you how to scream. That shouldn't be their job. You know how to scream.
Yeah.
You learned how to scream when you were like 2. Not even when you were a small baby, you instinctively learn how to scream because that was how you asked for literally everything. If anyone tries to convince you you need payments to learn how to scream, just remind them that you are still here, which means your parents fed you and changed you and put you to bed when you were a tiny, tiny toddler. And that means you learned how to scream because you didn't use your words when you were doing that. You just yelled at the top of your lungs.
well, I just am blessed that I do not have that to feel that type of way. Oh man, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Today I'm a bit under the weather, but we're not stopping the show for it. But if I definitely have the energy to scream right now on how
Yeah,
you shouldn't be.
Do you want to release
upset
your
about
energy,
this.
Matt? No
Not
one
that
is there
way.
to tickle your tummy. You're just gonna have to do that yourself.
I'll look at alternate ways. But next thing, though, we do have to discuss. I have a report here from the New York Post. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing this about a remote Amazon tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
A report from the New York Post. A reclusive Amazon tribe in the A reclusive tribe in the Amazon finally got hooked up to the internet thanks to Elon Musk, only to be torn apart by social media and porn addiction, the elders complained. Brazil's 2,000-member Marubu tribe has been left bitterly divided by the arrival of the Tesla founder's Starlink service 9 months ago, which connected the remote rainforest community along with the Itui River to the web for the first time. And when asked about how this happened, Tsunama Marubo said, quote, "When it arrived, everybody was happy." But he also said, but he continued with, quote, "But now things have gotten worse. Young people have gotten lazy because of the internet. They're learning ways of the white people." Legit quote. So
yeah, I read it.
indigenous people getting the internet, and what do you know? An advanced society takes away some authenticity.
I wouldn't even just blame this on the advanced society. I found this to be so interesting because the timeline, and I mean, listen, you can easily look at it the way the article goes on to basically say that young people and outsiders who are like involved with this group see this as a positive. It's older folks, parents, grandparents, community elders who see it as a negative. You can see that dichotomy in every new technology that's ever existed in like Western culture, right? Including social media. I always side with the young people. Like, new is good. But maybe it's from doing the show. Maybe it's from getting older myself. It took 9 months for a society that has existed for like such a long time, untouched for literally centuries, right? To completely fall into chaos with the introduction of Twitter. Twitter quite literally destroyed a society of 2,000 people in 9 months. Twitter and, like just the internet writ large. That's crazy. Can you imagine? Like, I guess maybe because we were like, it wasn't such a big leap. We did better. I think Twitter is ruining like Western society too, but maybe it's because they were not where we were. I don't know what it is, but 9 months. 9 months, a whole society is broken too. If that doesn't make you wonder if social media was a good idea, then I don't know what will. Like, yeah, it lets us do our show, which we love. Lets us talk to people and share ideas, which I love. But man, to destroy society in 9 months, that has to be a pretty dangerous thing to do that, or pretty I shouldn't say dangerous. I should say that has to be a pretty powerful thing to completely change a society that has lasted undeterred for like thousands upon thousands of years. I don't know if anyone disagrees. If you think it's a good thing, then definitely let me know. I'd love to hear the counterpoint to that. But
I mean, I feel like I just have to look into it a little more. Like, when you say their society's like fallen apart, is it just that like they're complaining and saying the younger generations are lazy, or like has anything like really actually happened outside of that?
So they're saying that the younger men have become more aggressive toward women. There is a component of laziness, and I feel like in our society, it's easy to be like, whatever, dude, about laziness. But like, I feel like
When
we have
you're,
to
yeah,
we have to remember there's only 2,000 people who live there, and they all kind of have to like do their job,
yeah,
or
that's
else
true.
it doesn't work. Like, people have to go get food. They can't go on like Instagram instead. Like,
Yeah,
and so if you skip going to get food for Instagram, that becomes like a real problem. Like, the laziness becomes an issue when those are the stakes, as opposed to like, oh, you got a C in algebra instead of a B plus because you weren't studying, you're on Instagram or whatever. Like, I don't know. To me, I think the laziness, we shouldn't just dismiss it entirely as old
yeah, yeah,
man yells at cloud. But yeah, they
yes,
also said that like people have gotten aggressive, they've gotten more promiscuous, which is something that's, again, not necessarily inherently bad, but it's a cultural norm that's been shattered after thousands of years. Um, so yeah, I would say that there's substantial change, and some of it's maybe not even bad per se. Like, one person interviewed actually said that she's wants to go to like see the world. Another guy, a young teen, was like he wanted to go to like I want to say Rio or Sao Paulo, one of the major cities in Brazil. Like they get to see the world, which they couldn't before, which can be inspiring, right? But also
maybe just a slower rollout would have been a good idea.
Yeah, well, I think the tribe apparently is trying to put like the genie back in the bottle here, and they're like, all right,
I don't think you can.
you can only use it like a couple hours a day, an all day Sunday. I think that's the current ruling, is like you could do it after like the working hours. So in the evening, you have a couple hours where it's on, and then on the all day Sunday, it's on. So they're trying to like, but at this point, I feel like everyone who's gonna get hooked is hooked. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a taste, and so now it's just it is what it is. But I don't know, very interesting. And there's been people who defended this too. Like there is people who think it's a good thing, but I don't know.
I can see the arguments for it being a good thing, like just that anyone that wants to be should be able to be connected to the outside world, kind of deal. But at the same time, I feel like there's just different circumstances because of the way their society operates.
Is that like an us view, like a Western society view? Like we all think, like if someone turned off the social media on Saturday, we would go ballistic because we are just in our society puts that premium on these certain things. And we've kind of just assumed that if our society does it, it's the right way. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I get where they're coming from, but I feel like a lot of people just aren't willing to look at the nuances of a lot of situations.
Well, yeah, no, I do think that, especially
there's a lot of nuance here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's interesting that we always assume that our way is the right way, and this is like a prime example of we gave people our way. Like we just from the sky parachuted down a satellite dish that gave them complete access to our way of living, and it like was an absolute nightmare. Even if it ends up being fine, like it's divided a community, it's changed people's behaviors and habits noticeably very quickly, just 9 months in. Like I think that whether it ends up being good or bad, it's just factually speaking, like we inserted ourselves in here and it did break it. Whether it breaks it in a good way or a bad way, it broke what was there before. And I don't know that that's always like a good thing. And I don't know that we're going to see that it was a good thing in this case. So it's kind of a little humbling. I know, we always like to assume that we've got it the most figured out, and maybe we do in like, the Western kind of united world, but I don't know. This is an example that maybe just because we do it a certain way doesn't mean like that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Oh, you're muted.
Hey, maybe the case, but you know what? Just don't do the porn too much for those people say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like they were like very conservative, traditional. So the idea that that's what's taken off has got to be very jarring for people too.
I bet. Let me show you something right here. Let me just show you just a clip of guys being dudes. Look at this. This is a thing. You can thank Turkish Mark for this video. I just don't know what it is, but you'll see. Here it is right now. Here you go, Turkish Mark. So he pours alcohol on their head and lights it, puts their head on fire. They do it again for another guy. And they rub heads while on fire. They're transferring the flame to each other in this circle. There's circle jerks, and then there's this. Don't put each other's head. His head's literally on fire. And now he has to put his head in his crotch to take it out. And I just don't know. That got 17 billion views.
This is very boys will be boys.
I take resentment for that. I will break. This is true. I will break your arm if you try to light my head on fire. This is not boys being boys.
Nah. This is yes pretty bad, but like, I mean, they're just doing a goofy thing they think is funny that can only really hurt themselves.
I want to know from guys. Is this something you would do?
No.
I took a shot once that was on fire, but I had a straw and I didn't like have to, you know what I mean? Like
when I was in high school, we
Maybe
used to
Dr.
play this
Pepper?
game called Fire Hand or Hot Hands, where you'd put your hands into like the fire as close as you could to make it uncomfortable, and whoever pulled their hands out first had to take a shot, and then consecutive down. Like once you, yeah, I don't know, different rules
So that's
apply,
how they
but
do it
putting
in
your hands
Canada?
in fire. Not I haven't seen that in BC at all.
I mean, I don't know, like there's almost some logic to that because you don't have to put your hand all the way in and you could pull your hand out. You can't pull your head off. So like once your head is on fire, that's like a real problem that you have to address like a lot. And also you can't even address it right away. You have to wait till your buddy gets his head doused in vodka and then you have to light him on fire with your head and then and only then can you try and stop your hair from burning off. Like I understand the vodka is on fire more than the hair. Like I get the concept of it, but like no. If you try and light me on fire, I've got a problem with you, and that problem will be your problem very quickly.
Yeah, but you would just say no.
Yeah, obviously I'd say no.
It would be an issue if they were forcing you, but I think it's just goofy
Well, I didn't see that man
dudes.
say yes. I don't want to assume that that first guy was in on this.
I think he was because he leaned over to light his buddy's head on fire as soon
He
as
did.
they,
That's true.
yeah.
He did.
I
Yes.
think it's just goofy dudes doing goofy things unless any of them were being forced into it. But like, I mean,
God forbid we read a book, guys. Just God forbid. Just
men
you pick
reading?
you
What are
pick up a
they?
book. Hey, you
Women?
pick up a book. Right, you pick up a book. There could be pictures if you really needed to have them. You know what I mean? Like just God forbid. Or you know what? We use this for the energy lady, but this goes here. Go for a walk together. It's beautiful, beautiful male bonding outside the woods. Maybe sun's going down. I'm not like not along the beach. We don't have to make it weird. Just
Go cliff jumping.
yeah, you know what? I suppose of the dangerous things you can do with your male friends, cliff jumping is
I
better
think
than
I would
lighting
say
yourself on fire.
I would say cliff jumping is probably more dangerous than lighting alcohol on your hair on fire.
That's probably true. And I do understand, like, I've been cliff jumping, so I understand there
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
some
me too.
hypocrisy here. But no, it feels like lighting yourself on fire is worse than cliff jumping. You know
I
what I mean?
agree, but I think technically it's more dangerous.
I'm just saying, man, find a new hobby. You know, like, I don't want to make fun of people's
Same, man.
hobbies. I don't want to make fun of people's hobbies. And obviously, Kara, you're not a guy, so maybe it does resonate with you, but I do. It does resonate with me. The guys being guys saying, no, let's not be guys that way. Let's do it a different, less flammable way.
The only
That's
way I
my
think that that's like a good version of guys being guys, because a lot of times when I hear guys being guys used, it's in very
right. They're
misogynistic, like
assaulting
gross,
someone.
yeah.
Yes.
Like boys will be boys. Oh, he's just like sexually harassing you because he's into you, but
Right. Yes.
yeah.
Fair enough. So yes, that phrase does pack a punch, but let's not use it either of those two ways. I think we can find a happy middle ground. Matt, do you agree? As a man, I hope you agree. We can find a happy little ground where guys being guys doesn't have anything to do with assault or open flames on any body part. It has, it's playing football, right? It's going fishing. Like let's
I
make
feel
guys
like
being
I
guys
no,
something
but because
different.
I feel like boys will be boys has to be something stupid and unnecessary, but not harmful.
I don't think it does, Cara. That's where we differ.
No, because just playing football, like anyone can like
You,
play
you're
football
you're sure
or go
right, Cara.
fishing. That's just
You are
people having
sure
fun.
right. And
I'm
and
talking about like the phrase itself has like a certain meaning to it.
I know it does, and I want to change the meaning. We know what no one ever says? Oh, that's just girls being girls.
Girls be shopping, women be shopping.
Right, shopping. That's totally normal. Let's make it shopping. Let's do shopping.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
there's other ways to express appreciating your bro.
Without lighting him on fire. Oh God.
Friend
Turkish
each
Mark,
other.
thank you.
All right, let's do
Brand
one
each
top
other.
10. Let's guess one top 10 list and then we'll wrap
Oh
up
boy.
this week.
Okay.
I have for you top 10 cities people most want to visit according to Reddit here in 2024. You've definitely heard of all these towns, or, I'm sorry, cities,
Yep.
All across the world.
Across the
let's
globe.
see
okay.
it. Can you get this?
Tokyo.
1 through 10. Tokyo's number 6.
I mean, before I guess, just a quick question. American cities are on here?
1.
Okay. New York.
That's right. Tied for
Yeah,
3rd.
that's easy.
That's why I wanted to make sure it wasn't like Americans wanted to visit,
Yeah.
because that'd be different than like everybody wanted to visit. You know what I mean?
Hong Kong.
No.
No Hong Kong.
What about London?
London's number 1.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I don't know that I would personally put London on number 1 in my list,
that's
but
that sounds like your dream. What?
yeah. So we got London, New York, Tokyo.
Is Paris on there?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Really?
Paris. What about, let's say Cairo, Egypt.
No Cairo.
No one wants to see the Sphinx and the pyramids. All right, that's fine.
Nope.
What about
have you seen those pictures of the pyramids and like what's around them and how dystopian it kind of looks?
Yeah, I want to go.
It looks interesting.
Yeah. What about all right, what about Rio de Janeiro, Brazil?
I'm afraid not.
Really? That seems like a fun place to me. I said back to Europe. We hit 2 of the big ones with London and
Wait,
Paris.
Sydney, Melbourne?
Oh, Sydney.
Nope.
What about Rome? Rome. Gotta be Rome.
Rome is number 5.
Okay.
Madrid?
Yeah, or Barcelona.
Not Madrid. Barcelona, though, is tied for 3rd with New York.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, one of the Spanish ones has to be there.
Yeah.
So we got Barcelona there. I feel like in Asia, there's got to be more than just Tokyo, right? Asia's so big. What
You
about
cannot find another Asian country here.
You will
Really?
not find another Asian country. All right.
Bro, who did they?
It's according to Reddit. Reddit has this
All right.
one.
Let's ask. All right. So I feel like that you're very Eurocentric. That's fine. Berlin.
Berlin's number 8.
Okay. Another British city that people like to go to.
I don't know the names of like a lot of European cities.
Think of more UK instead of British.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can. I feel
Dublin?
like it could be Dublin, but it could be Edinburgh.
That's right, number 9.
I don't think there's anything in Wales worth visiting.
Is all the rest?
That's it. That's it. No, you're done with the UK. Edinburgh from Scotland, number 9.
Gotcha. All right. So moving back over.
There's no Canadian. There's no like Vancouver on there, is there?
I'm afraid not. Sorry.
Okay. I would not expect there to be.
You do have one more North American city.
Oh, North American city.
Los Angeles?
No, it's gonna be Mexico City.
That's right, Mexico City.
This one's my list, Matt. More of these, please. All right. How many do we have left? I've lost track.
You got 1. You got 2 left.
2 left. Okay.
Panama City?
No, they're both in Europe.
Europe. What if we go Denmark?
Isn't that a whole country?
I thought Denmark was a city in Norway.
Nah.
Okay. Well, another city in Norway is Oslo. That's the capital, right?
No.
No Oslo.
But you keep it
Prague?
with the Netherlands. Keep it with the Netherlands.
Netherlands?
Okay. Here's the issue with the Netherlands. I have to now think of a second city in that general area.
You'd only think there's really only one. It's really famous. A lot of people want to go there. City of Sin.
Nikes. I know what you're talking about. They have like the red light district. They have like the red light districts. It's Amsterdam.
Number 7 is Amsterdam. And number 5.
Moscow.
One more. No.
All right. I had to throw it out
Prague?
No.
Venice.
No. Keep it in Italy.
Keep it in Italy.
Okay.
So we've already said Rome, which is in Italy. No Venice. Florence.
All right, you got it at Rome.
Nice.
I thought you already said Rome.
Oh no, we said Rome. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yep, you got it all. We got 10 at Mexico City, Edinburgh with Scotland. Berlin is 8, Amsterdam 7, Tokyo 6, Rome 5. Third is tied with Barcelona and New York City. Paris at 2 and London at number 1.
I hate that London is at 1 and that Paris is at 2. There's such nicer cities to go to than Paris and London.
I do find it interesting.
Come at the Redditors. Come at the Redditors who made this.
It's so European. I do find it interesting.
It is Reddit.
I guess so. Well,
I love a good beach, and none of those have a good beach. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. I guess
have you never seen the beautiful beaches of London?
I mean, I've seen pictures, but I've never heard of
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I've never been, so I don't know, but I've never heard positive things.
Missed out on that one, but great work, Ryder Kara. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend and stay safe out there. Thank you so much.
See ya.
You guys.